Hey guys, I am back with Kentucky Route Zero. You might notice a few upgrades from my first episode. I'm no longer using the incredibly low definition camera on my computer, and I instead found a way to use my iPhone camera. Um, and I additionally picked up a new light, slash, changed out one of the light bulbs for a fancy one that can change colors on my lamp I keep next to my chair. And I got a new microphone, so hopefully a lot of the audio and visual issues will be worked out. And the only thing I'll need to work on for a little while will be my ability to make the content itself. So, in any case, let's get right into it. So let's see. If I remember correctly, we just left the gas station. We were talking with an old man who was obsessed with poetry named Joseph, and he gave us directions to the Marquez house, who I guess the Marquez family, or I think it's specifically one person, lives on Route Zero, which is the namesake. So where are we going now? Directions from I called it Ecus Oils last time. I think it might be Equus. Nobody has said it out loud, so I have no idea. Um, Head northeast on 65 and turn left as soon as you find that ugly tree that's always on fire. Right, the perpetually burning tree. I remember. So we are going to go northeast. Um, okay, all right. I was going to say I don't see any visuals that can be considered. So we're turning left at the burning tree. A tall black oak burns on a hill above the road. That's the burning tree. That's the one. There's the Marquez farmhouse. Well, that was easy enough. I'm worried later down the road they're going to be giving me some really complicated directions, but I still have no idea what to expect from this game. I have read nothing on it. Marquez farmhouse. Okay. What do you got to say, Homer? Well, I guess Homer never has anything to say, but I like talking to him. So I guess we just head up on the path here. The farmhouse is up on the hill a bit. Uh, Keep an eye on the truck, alright? I'm gonna get him a treat, but if he's expecting it, then I'm gonna feel bad if I come back without one. So we're not gonna let him know that that's the goal. A street lamp lights the base of the dusty path leading up the hill. Oh, Homer. He's such a good old boy. A graveyard. A family graveyard is set off the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. Is it calling? Okay, I was wondering if it was calling the names unfortunate, but I guess it's unfortunate if you're dead. Rip. One more time. Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. Now this is the Marquez farmhouse, so we might be talking to a widower here. Oh, I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? First off, I turned on the lights. I did not knock, and I just entered this person's house. Um, a lot of people just sitting in the dark before I arrive, which is concerning. Sure, it's a nice house. I've never been here before. I just broke in. I'll compliment the house. I know. I like the large beams that run across the ceilings. I like to sit in the house and think of the hills and bluffs surrounding us, like a cradle. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed. And we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? Keep up the small talk. I don't have to get right to the zero. I believe it's hard times for a small antique shop. It's hard times everywhere. Even out here on our little farm. My parents stopped paying the bank a while back. I shouldn't even be here. But I just stayed. I'm surprised you didn't think I was the bank showing up. I have some notebooks. I'm only a little bored. I might prefer to watch TV occasionally. Actually, I have a TV here that I think belongs to you. Will you please set it up? Then I explain to you... Excuse me. Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero. I know. Oh, I'm holding it in my hands. I'm ahead of my game. I thought I was about to head back out to the truck. That's not how it's supposed to look. You've made a mistake setting it up. It's a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Am I setting the cannon for Conway here? Ghosts in the static. Ma thought she heard ghosts in the static. I know about that. She was ill, wasn't she? Mentally, I mean. Kind of distant, fearful. Fearful, yeah, that's a way to put it. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. I think it's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. Okay. Good. We're going right past the TV. There it goes. Okay. Lady, your barn's about to fall over. Hey, hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now, I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. She's gonna rope me into going to her cousin Shannon's. So I'll just get that out of the way. Your cousin? That's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. I'm sorry, Weaver, did you stop aging? She has a workshop up north a ways, by the lake, right where the Peonia and Wax Road meet. There's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the Zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV. But I'll get you headed the right way. So, it's pretty easy. Get back on 65 heading north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the Zero is basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. I do not know if it was nice to know you. You were certainly at least as strange as the guy at the gas station, and you're gone. You're gone. Talking to ghosts. I would like to fix your TV. Okay. A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusted corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. An abandoned spiderweb stretches across the bottom of the saucepan. A skillet is seasoned with dust. She isn't aging because she's dead. How am I just now getting this? Yikes. Okay, well hopefully Shannon's at least alive. I'd kind of like to go check out that barn. Marquez! She's literally one of the graves outside. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. I just met the strangest lady. She did seem nice. Marquez. Wonder where her folks are from. I hope we see her again. Homer, you listen to all my problems. I hope you guys can hear this music right now. I still gotta work on some audio balancing, but it's actually kind of catchy. Okay. Let's go to Shannon's workshop first. So directions from the Marquez farm. Up north a ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop. Uh... So... what... This is north, but this is also north. It's east and west. It's an even split. Probably this one. A creek runs alongside the highway and then turns towards a dirty brick building. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminates the smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partly obscured by trees, reads, Artificial Limb Factory. You know, I never really thought about where they make artificial limbs. I somehow doubt it's a big factory, but what do I know? Up north a ways by the lake, right where the Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's hard to discern what could be considered a lake here. A young man in gray-stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He is playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and to his right, a weathered dog. Pet the dog. Conway pets the dog. The dog closes its eyes and pretends to be asleep. The young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Conway stands and listens. The young man whistles hoarsely, stops playing the guitar, and then looks up at Conway. He rambles for a few minutes about the weather, the dog, and his music, then returns to playing. As he walks back to his truck, Conway finds that he can hardly remember a word the young man spoke. Let's see. Bait shop is what we're looking for. I don't know what in this area could be considered a lake, but turns out we could have gone either direction. Conway pulls into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road, on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign reads, "Live bait, minnows small and also large for stripers, night crawlers, chips, and beer." A green flyer hangs loosely from a bit of masking tape at the eye level. To the shop's right, a dirt parking lot sprawls unevenly into grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is open. Conway reads the flyer. Computer-printed tape in a bold font surrounds a clip-art illustration of a TV set. The TV has eyes, arms, and legs. Its shoulders are slouched. On the screen is a cartoon expression of exhausted nausea. A hot water bottle rests against the wire antenna. TV repair. No model too old. Inquire within. We do not sell digital converter boxes. Conway enters the bait shop. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, rods, and snacks divide the shop lengthwise from the entrance to the cashier's counter. The left wall is lined with churning tanks of water. Conway approaches the tanks. The 3 metal tanks aren't labeled, and the water is too agitated to get a clear view of what's inside each one. The contents of the first tank are vaguely gray. The second one is a muddy pink. The third is clear, but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash along its surface. Oh, I'm reaching into one of the tanks. Vaguely gray, muddy pink, clear but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash along its surface. I feel like I'm about to lose a hand here. Vaguely gray, muddy pink. I'm curious about the shiny silver flecks. Conway reaches into the third tank. The water seems to tremble with life. Conway can't tell if his hand is being nibbled by fish or massaged by the artificial current. As his eye is near the surface of the water, he can see something colorful glowing faintly at the bottom of the tank. Reach deeper into the tank. A tremor spreads from his elbow out to his fingertips and up to the base of his shoulder. His vision flickers. The water is running warm under his skin now, and he has a sensation that something is about to snap. His eyes close. He lays on a rooftop, new shingles rough beneath his back, swelling in the noon sun. He is exhausted. They must have started before dawn. His legs are sore from holding stable on the uneven surface, his wrists from breaking old sealant, his fingers from carefully lifting shingles to hammer down new ones. I'm sorry. Did I go from shoving my arm into a fish tank to being a professional roofer? His boss, Ira, yells from the idling truck below. He shades his eyes with his hand. A beer would be good. It's barely past noon, but he's worked a full day already. What could the harm be? Maybe a shot at the counter, just to get his eyes open. Then a beer. He could offer to drive into town for lunch and stop at that place on Cumberland. The cashier pushes Conway roughly on the shoulder. He's been talking, yelling maybe, but it's all an echo now. Conway looks up, his neck stiff with pain, his right palm still tingling. The cashier points to the tank, and then above it a few holes torn in the wall, nail holes from which an electric sign has been dislodged and fallen into the water. He helps Conway to his feet, looks at him pitifully, and returns to the cash register. Oh no, Conway, I just got you electrocuted. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, rods, and snacks divide the shop lengthwise. Oh, right. I think we're done with the tanks for now. Let's go talk to the cashier. A wiry cashier stands behind the register, preoccupied with a Sudoku puzzle. We're talking about Shannon Marquez's workshop. A handwritten sign on the door behind the counter reads, TV repairs by appointment. Please consult with cashier. The cashier knocks a few times on the door and then waits, occasionally glancing at his puzzle. After a few moments with no answer, he notices a smaller note written on the sign, reads it, then points out to Conway. Weaver, I got your message. Have left for the old mine. Don't know if I will see you there or what. Ready either way. Shannon. So, I need to find the old mine. The cashier switches on the radio. An AM sports broadcast is playing, but Conway can't be sure if it's meant to answer or drown out his questions. Okay. Well, guys, I think that is going to have to do it for part 2. I'm intrigued. This game is not at all what I was expecting so far. It feels a bit like a choose your own adventure kind of book, which I was a big fan of when I was younger. Um, so I am curious to see where this goes, and I hope you guys come along for the ride.